Whoever did it, it was Meghan. When Harry was too harsh with Princess Catherine, it was the single biggest mistake he ever made. Kate Middleton is the latest target of criticism stemming from the Duke of Sussex Netflix documentary. Hello, and thank you for visiting the UK Royal News Trend news channel on YouTube. If you're having a bad day and need a quick dose of happiness, pep, and all-around good vibes, all you have to do is do a Google image search for Harry and Kate laughing. Here you will find a charming series of the two of them laughing, giggling, howling, chuckling, and tittering in the sort of cockle-warming fashion we all need after this very long year. Which makes what I'm about to tell you even more disheartening. Days after the release of Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentary, a self-indulgent, navel-gazing excursion with all the polish and depth of an Instagram post. Everyone seems to have forgotten the worst part. The most blatant digs at the royal family were directed at Kate. If you've watched the entire nearly 3-hour documentary, Harry and Meghan, you know it's a marathon of dim lighting and wide-eyed vetching on outing untroubled by many facts or any contradictory viewpoint. Instead, we get a barrage of mushy, sappy, and personal photos of the couples, as if you, the viewer, needed to be reminded that this is a love story, damn it, and a lot of broadsides aimed at the media, some absolutely legitimate, some not. Stop whining, Cinderella. She didn't get proposed to with 15 cheap-looking battery-operated candles that look like they came from the Tesco clearance bin. Nor was she whisked away to Botswana to urinate behind a bush. Despite the emotional impact of Harry's recollections of his childhood encounters with the media, the first 3 episodes could have been trimmed to a tight 50 minutes if we hadn't been subjected to every cheesy selfie the couple took in the beginning of their relationship. Although there were many heartfelt video diaries, our very Big Brother 2003 of them, there were also some royal criticism that were inserted as subtly as a repeat of Benny Hill. In the first episode, Harry admitted that it's natural for men to feel pressure to settle down with someone who fits the bill rather than the person they were meant to spend the rest of their lives with. This distinction between logical and emotional decision-making. In the second episode, our hero in the shining Range Rover silently accuses her sister-in-law of being favoured by the media and the palace while discussing the avalanche of media interest directed at Meghan after she was publicly linked to Prince Has. As it turns out, friends of the royal call the royal, to which Harry replied, the racial component makes all the difference. Try as you might, Harry's apparent reference here requires as much brain power as deciphering an old MacDonald pop-up book. The feud between Prince William and Harry is as old as the copies of Horse and Hound that can still be found in Camilla's study, which are likely by now yellowed beyond recognition. Any time is a good time to read an article from 2002 about innovative fillet training techniques. It's not surprising that Harry took a few shots at William in the documentary, but what is surprising is that he did so by bringing his marriage and, by extension, Kate into it. You probably don't need me to tell you that Harry and Kate used to be best friends, or that Kate is the patron saint of cork wedge heels if you're reading this. The now princess always looked a little nervous in public, like she was afraid of making a mistake. While she eventually became more comfortable in the spotlight, many of the instances in which she was seen laughing or appearing to let her guard down even fraction of an inch were shared with Harry. The closeness of the three was widely publicised, and it is said that Harry would often have dinner at William and Kate's apartment when they all lived in close proximity to one another in Kensington Palace. After Harry and Meghan announced their engagement in November 2017, William said, "For me personally, I hope it means he stays out of my fridge and will stop him from scrounging my food, which he's done for the last few years." The professional lives of the Trioca were also entirely intertwined and, at least from the outside, very successful. The brothers co-founded the Royal Foundation in 2009, and since then all three members have been working tirelessly there. When everything started to collapse, it's not hard to see how William and Harry's relationship could have developed into its current state. 2 words: hair and spare. But I don't get why Kate has to be involved, and I don't think Harry is right, so I'd like to bring that up. The temptation or urge to marry someone who would fit in the mould he mentions is baffling. To what extent does Kate's middle-class upbringing, her mother's profession as a flight attendant, her ancestry going back 200 years that includes no titles, and the fact that she is descendant of coal miners make her a natural choice for a royal marriage? The Daily Mail published an in-depth look into the extraordinary, dirt-poor family past of the girl who would be queen in 2006. Sure, Kate went to the right schools and she didn't have any major professional aspirations before she got married, but we are talking about some triple-barreled daughter of the nobility who came out of the womb clutching a copy of Debrett's and knowing the proper fork for partridge. Also, that the fact that Kate will be the first monarch to hold a college diploma is something I take great pride in. The same holds true for Queen Camilla, the most famous ex-mistress in history, who was once called that wicked woman by the late Queen and who was the permanent target of an entire nation's hatred in the 90s, is hardly someone who fits into any standard royal mould. The tale of having a bread roll hurled at them in a supermarket is not one that most Queen's residents have had to disapprove. Neither Camilla nor Kate was an obvious or easy choice for royal bride, but Charles and William both picked them because they had the right sort of vowels. In Volume 1 of the Sussex Rants, Harry wasn't the only one who attacked Kate. Meghan recalled meeting the Waleses before becoming the Duchess when she could just authentically be myself. The decision to share this antidote probably shouldn't come as a surprise to us after Meghan's appearance on Oprah and her subsequent claims that Kate had made her cry. But with Thursday's release of the second batch of episodes, we are only halfway through the drawn-out process of learning the Sussexes' truth. Whether or not this is just going to be more of the same old criticism and drama stretched out over a long period of time, or whether or not Netflix is about to get their money's worth, remains to be seen. Perhaps this explains why, despite the over 73 million Netflix subscribers in the US, less than 1 million households watched the premiere. I think we can say with a level of certainty worthy of Los Angeles that we will never see Kate authentically share her feelings about the jibes the Sussexes have received, Meghan's ripped jeans, or her lived experience of being pursued by the paparazzi for nearly a decade. She may not have been cast in any particular role at the palace, but she seems to have picked up on a crucial palace lesson. Nonetheless, discreet is the better part of HRH Dom. How about you? Your thoughts on this couple? Just leave a comment with your thoughts and we can have a little discussion about them. If today's video struck a chord with you, please consider liking and sharing it with someone who could use it right now. In addition, if you like the videos we've posted here, you can support us by subscribing to our UK Royal News Trend news channel. Once again, I appreciate you turning in. Have a good day and I'll see you in the next video.